Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick video on a very powerful yet super simple spiritual practice that can be a huge benefit on like so many different levels. It's something I learned really early. For whatever reason, I don't know, I figured it out. It's not something I really learned anywhere. I sort of just kind of, I didn't invent it, of course. It's as old as time, but I just keyed in on it, I guess. So, um, it's called, I call it, like, breathe and let go and fall back. So, let me kind of explain it. Let me explain the process first, and then I'll explain, like, how many different, few of the different ways it can benefit you. But if you're just starting out, or you just, it's a real problem in our culture that there's so much doing, we've forgotten how to just be. So the bottom line of this practice is, if you want peace and you want ease, you want to be at ease, and you want to like detach from the mind and just kind of learn to fall back. It's like pushing your chair back, the seat back in your car, and just kind of cruising versus being right up on the steering wheel. So it's a shift from doing into being. So what you do is you take a big deep breath, and you breathe in deep and you let it out slow. So what you want to do is you want to slow down your breath. Your breath and your mind are connected. So you want to slow your breath down. Many people are very unconscious that they're even breathing at all, let alone the rate of breathing. So you want to slow that breathing rate down. And the way to do that is you don't try to slow it down on the inhale. So you take a big deep breath and you let it out really slow until you get about halfway through your exhale. And then you want to just let go. Just kind of let go of your breath and just let your breath kind of push out on its own, just with gravity. So each time that you do that, when you get to that point where you're just letting go of the breath, you want to use that as like a tool like to let go internally. You want to let go of any clenching. You want to just relax your muscles. You want to let go of any thinking, let go of anything that happened during the day, any issues, any problems, anything at all, just anything. Just let go of any internal clinging. And this is just it's a letting go process. And so as you slow your breath down, you're breathing in, deep inhale, is you want to breathe in as deep as you can, hold it for like a 1 second, or like a 2 Mississippi, and then let it out slow. You want to breathe in as fast as you need to, and just let that first half of the exhale out pretty slow. And when you get halfway through it, just let go. And you want to do that for about a 5 breath count. And each time you just want to let go further and further. Just let go of more and more. Just kind of, it's just a letting go process. Just let go of everything, any feelings, any issues, any concepts, any likes, any dislikes, any the kids, the spouse, the whatever, the insurance payment, the house. Just let it all go. This is just for you. You know, we spend so much time doing that we just need to take a break and just let go of it all. So you want to do that for about 5 breaths. So actually, I mean, you want to keep doing it, but at minimum 5 breaths. After you get through those first 5 breaths, you want to start to, like, obviously, I forgot to say this, but you want to do this with your eyes closed. And you do it anywhere you are. I mean, it's just as long as you can be alone for a minute. You can just stand still and close your eyes and do it. Have a seat and do it. I mean, it's best if you can just get away, go in the basement, go wherever you can get away for a minute. It's not a long practice. You literally need 5 minutes to do this. It's like a reset. Think of it as. Excuse me. So after the first 5 minutes, first 5 breaths, you want to start to fall back into yourself. So literally, like you're falling back into yourself, and you just want to keep slowing down that breath, breathing in, letting that exhale go till you get halfway through, and then as you let go, you fall back. And you don't want to do anything. It's a letting go of all doing. You're shifting into being. This is a hugely important. I can't stress enough how important this is as a skill, to master this skill. And here's why. I mean, that's really it. That's simple. I mean, if you do it for 10 breaths, if you want it first. I mean, over time you want to try to build up your time a little bit if you can, but it doesn't need to be a long time. I mean, just 10 minutes max. If you feel very peaceful and enjoy it, you can go longer. I mean, you want to slow it all down and fall back into yourself. You'll notice, like, when you do this, there's a vast inner space. And it's just, you try to do it and see if you can find an edge. I mean, inner space is as vast as outer space. Like, it's the nature of duality. Everything in our world is duality. There's outer and there's inner. There's light and dark, good and bad, want and don't want, night and day. I mean, up and down. There's just, everything is built of opposites, and what these opposites we're talking about is being and doing, and most of us are way out of balance. There's so much doing and very little being. There's so much outward focus and very little inward focus. So we're switching and turning that focus inward, and we're falling back into this vast inner space that we float around in. And there's nothing going on. There's nothing. It's peace and quiet and ease. You just want to, it's like a relaxing. It's a letting go. It's where all the bullshit of the world does not exist. And it's literally like a reset. It's a reset for our nervous system. It's a reset for our emotional system. A reset for our psychological system. It's a reset for all of the systems in our body. Everything slows down and eases. You know, if you don't want to get sick, learn to be at ease. If you want to problem solve better, learn to be at ease. If you want to communicate better, learn to be at ease. If you want to use law of attraction better, learn to be at ease. If you want to, focus on make some changes or something, learn to be at ease. Learn to master this breathing and letting go, slowing everything down, relaxing all your systems, and falling back into yourself and moving into being. This is where you get in touch with the flow state, the flow of life, the energy of life, the the ease of living and intuition and answers and the quiet inner voice that knows what the hell to do in every circumstance if we could just listen to it. This is where you, if you're religious, you could talk to God. If you're not religious, you just spiritual, you could talk to the source of creation or whatever, your source, right? You know, this is where you touch your spirit. We're not a body with a spirit. We're a spirit with a body. Everyone knows this intuitively. You know, that part of yourself that when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize how old you are. You know, this ageless, sort of timeless part of ourselves inside, and that's our spirit. Our spirit can only be touched. It's a very passive thing. You know, it's the observer in the back. It just simply observes. It doesn't take part in anything. It's not thinking. It's not. It's in being only. It doesn't do. You know, this body and like the construct and our conditioning and our mental and physical sort of memory complex is a lot of the doing in our habits and our programming or conditioning, in other words. So much of what we do is on autopilot, and very little of it is on a conscious level. And that's when we're pulled forward, we're in focus, and we're in outward projection. And that's, you know, when we're there too much, out of balance. This is where the nature of like self-suffering comes from, and anxiety and stress and unhappiness and uncontent, and you know, all of these sort of, you know, unpleasant aspects of living manifest in us when we're out of balance. And the key out of balanceness that most of us experience is the unbalanced aspect of being and doing. So bring in balance, even just like a few times. I mean, I would say do it as often as you can, even just for short periods of time, just as often as you can. Because here's the thing, I mastered very early or very quick in my awakening. Like, my life was an absolute mess, and you know, when I hit a certain point, I started to straighten myself out. I mastered this very early in things and in my transformation. I knew that if I was to change effectively and to make some huge changes that would affect every area of my life, I would need to master this, because try changing without being able to do it. It's fucking impossible. Damn near impossible. It's a white knuckle ride, you know. But if you can master this skill, everything else comes so much easier. So, and the key to it is being able to effortlessly and masterfully move between being and doing. So when I need to do something, I come forward into myself. I come projected outward, and I can do it. I'm there. I'm in it. You know, I'm with it, and I do whatever I need to do. I'm outwardly focused. I'm on point, and then as soon as I'm done, I move right back into fallback position. Actually, I exist in fallback until I need to come forward. I don't live in the forward position these days and then try to fall back once in a while. And I can't tell you, like, I just can't stress enough how much that simple, you know, quirk of living has or tweak of living has changed everything in my life. Everything. There's nothing in your life that you will not do better. Nothing. You cannot name a single thing that you will not do better, more efficiently, more masterfully, if you learn how to deftly move back and forth between being and doing. As soon as you're done doing, you can move back into being and be at ease in your own skin, at ease in life, at ease in everything, in touch with your very soul, your spirit, where all of our answers and all of our courage and strength truly comes from. It doesn't come from this outwardly focused reality. It comes from this inner reality, our inner world. And so if we only focus in developing our outer reality and completely neglect our inner reality, how the hell can we expect to be good at anything or to enjoy anything? Of course we can be good at things, but like we will always reach a point where we no longer enjoy things because we're out of whack. So if we can bring balance in this one simple part of our life through this very simple, super simple practice, it's transformative. Balance will come to all other areas of our life. Things will happen so much more effortless because it's only from being that we get the answers we need, that we get the direction we need, that we get the inner guidance that we need, that we learn to develop these inner things. Like, so for example, change, New Year's resolutions or all these different changes, we try so hard and so often to change our outer lives in one way or another. But here's the funny thing. Trying to change our outer lives is literally like standing in front of a mirror, reaching out and trying to change the reflection. Our entire outer lives, almost every area of our life, is a reflection of our inner life. So the simplest, the fastest, the most effective way to change our outer lives is to first change our inner lives. Whatever that is, you make yourself a match for whatever it is you want outside of yourself. You change beliefs around. You instead of believing something isn't possible, you believe it is. You change thought processes. You change how you feel about things, and the second that you do that and those changes, if you can move easily in and out of being and doing, those changes are very easy to make. And listen, like anything, it's a skill. It's a simple skill. Most people are not good at it because they haven't practiced it. You practice it. You first just practice falling back. Just practice falling back into yourself. If you do it 100 times, you'll be better the 100th time you do it than the first time. And then these things, like, so when you change your inner life, the outer world reflects it. Your outer life simply, it just changes like as a reflection of what's going on inside. This is very profound spiritual knowledge, and what masters throughout history have tried to teach people and tried to get people to understand. And it's not like spirituality as far as like gods and goddesses and all this woo-woo shit. This is pragmatic spirituality. This is you in touch with your spirit for your life in real ways that have real consequences in this real world, in your real feelings, in your real thoughts, in your real, disposition towards living and towards life and towards relationships and, work and just every area of life. It's very pragmatic. And it's the kind of stuff that I think is so much more important. We need balance. We need balance in our lives. If you ever hope to reach for the stars, you need to grow deep roots. The tallest trees have the deepest roots. The tallest buildings have the deepest foundations. This is a foundation. If you want to grow outward, you need to grow inward. This is the law of duality. And it can be no other way. And so it's a super powerful practice, and I would implore every human being on earth, shit should be taught in fucking first grade. I would implore every human being to master this, to learn to flow very, very quickly, easily, and masterfully in and out of being and doing. I mean, just give yourself a chance. I mean, try it for a month. As many times as you can think of it throughout the day. Take 5 deep breaths. Halfway through the exhale, just let go. Let go of everything. More and more, deeper and deeper. You fall back deeper and deeper into yourself. 20 breaths, 5 minutes at a whack. You know, if you're in your car, if you're in the morning, or in the bathroom, on the crapper, whatever. You close your eyes and you learn to fall back into yourself, into that inner space where there's just vast, edgeless space. And learn to just be. Just be. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. You don't have to do anything. It's a stopping of all the doing. You know, there's no place to go learn to meditate. All the answers are there. Everything is there. It's all right there. We just have to access it. We just have to learn to get back to it. We need to grow inward as we grow outward. And it's so important, and it's one of the reasons why it's one of the keys to empowerment. It's one of the keys to sovereignty. It's one of the keys to standing on your own in a solid way and being unfuckwithable in the world. You know, nobody can screw with your emotions. Nobody can screw with your thoughts. Nobody can screw with your head. Nobody can lie to you. You know, because it's just things develop, and it's hard. I could never. Maybe I'll do another video. This is getting kind of long at some point, just explaining like how some of the more some kind of, they're not gifts. They're things every human can develop, like a razor sharp intuition to know without knowing, to be a human lie detector, to just be in the field of information, the quantum field, or whatever it is. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I know things sometimes that I've never learned, I've never studied, I don't know. I just know. You know, to know without knowing. I can't, I've been right about it so many times that like I just trust it. When I need to know something, I know it. And I have no idea how. And it's nothing special. It's no gift. It's no friggin' thing special to anybody. These are things all humans are capable of. But in order to access it, we need to learn how to be, to stop doing. That's really what it is. It can only be accessed in being. Our spirit, you know, our spiritual knowing. I mean, I hate to even use the word spirit. I mean, it's like a psychic. It's psychic, spirit, whatever. You know, there's a million different words for it, but it's very simple. It's all just right there. And it can only be accessed by falling back and learning to be. And everything else blossoms out of it. So, yeah, it's just, you know, You breathe in, you breathe out, you let go, and you fall back. And the more you do this, and the better you get at it, I'm telling you, just your life opens up, and your mind opens up, and your spirit opens up, and your energy opens up, and doors open up, and you know, so much more life available, so much more possibilities exist. Why? I don't know why. You know, not everything is a thought process, not everything is a thinking process, not everything is an analytical process. This is the process we need to shut down in order for magic to happen. You know, it's magic in the sense that it's sort of inexplicable, and synchronicities line up, and they're just like, you know, there's how many need to pile up before it's no longer a coincidence and it's a coincidence. You know, there's definitely a cause and effect aspect to it, but like, try to explain it and you lose it. You know, you try to hold it too tight and it's gone. It's something you hold loosely, and it's something that's subtle. So the only way to touch it is to be at ease, and to just learn to hold it very loosely, and to not, the second we try to analyze it, poof, it evaporates. It's like that. But it's real. It's real, and it affects our lives every single day in profound ways. So, breathe in, breathe out, let go. Let go of your breath, let go of your problems, let go of it all, and fall back. And do it. Do it as often as you can, as much as you can. Get good at it. Master it. Master it. And, you know, the world is yours. I hope people do this, and I hope people stick to it, and I hope it finds whoever needs to hear it, and whoever needs to learn it, and master it, and, you know, block out all the bullshit, all the complication, all the doing. It's that simple. Really, truly is. Most things are so simple that it's hard to grasp, because we think it needs to be so complicated, but it's not. It's really an uncomplicating. The whole spiritual process is an undoing of all the crap, and getting back to basics and simplicity. And from there, wonderful things happen. And you can build things complicated, again, just without the chaotic aspect of it. Chaotic, neurotic, friggin', you know, suffering and painful ways. We build things in a new way, in a much more pleasant way. Because we change through this process. Everything changes. Remember? When the inner changes, the outer reflects it. Can be no other way. You cannot change the inner by changing the outer. Doesn't work. Okay. Well, I hope it helps.